Hello, 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 hello. How are we all doing today? Oh, Bradley, Mossy, Glengarry, and Tractor Games. We're all doing very well. I'm wearing a yellow t-shirt today. Maybe I was going to see the new Fast and Furious. I'm not. I don't like Fast and Furious. I am aware of this, Bradley. The plan isn't to bail today. The plan is just to mow. Well, the initial plan, at least. It might change. Hey, what? Well, just remember what I said to you last night. It has done me well to remember that myself. Hello? Let's start in the far field, 2-5. Chris Blattman, how am I doing? I'm doing good. How are you? I may be a moron 90% of the time, but I can still give you words of wisdom. I'm gonna move my mic slightly out of the way because it's casting a shadow on me. And I don't like it. It's not gonna take me 2 hours to mow 2 fields. That's fine. I have plans afterwards. I do have plans that'll see us through the full 2 hours. Fear not. Any news on this map coming out? None. None whatsoever. Is there like hideous amounts of frame dropping going on? Hang on. Expert, are you dropping frames? No. Oh, I've done something that's made Farm so angry. Can't get Seasons on your PS4. Seasons is not out on PS4 just yet. It'll be, I would guess, a few weeks yet until it's out on PS4. PC is basically just a giant beta test. So oh yeah! Yeah, I'm not making hay, am I? Derp, 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 derp. Can I attach the PTOs? Thank you. Yeah, I want to make silage, so I actually do want to get this all done today, don't I? I don't plan on baling this. I plan on doing pit silage, just for my own ease. Well, unlike in real life, first cut is hilariously bad in seasons. So I'm going to need to get a couple of bits of equipment, I think. Namely a windrower, because I don't have one, and I can't remember if I've got a forage wagon. I think I do. What's the drying potential on the weather? Drying potential positive. Good. So yeah, I do need to worry about getting this grass in as quickly as possible. It is just mowing as wet grass, which is good. So I do have time to play with. I do have time to muck about with this. But oh. Right, this is not happy, so change your plan. Change your mowing plan. I'm gonna get rid of you. And I'm gonna get rid of you. And I'm gonna get rid of you. And we're going to purchase mowers. You. And you. Sudden change of plan because that mowing wasn't going to work out very well. Yeah, it looks like I got a tendency to make it semi-dry, but I want to try and get this mowing done relatively quickly, so we're going to make a quick trip to the shop. Get ourselves some decent mowers. Hey, Shadowbox. Can attach the front mower PTO with manual attach. Any idea what it could be? Might be the tractor you're trying to attach it to doesn't have a front PTO. This one most definitely does. Manual attach does take notice of that, by the way. Wobster is a bit mean. He does want 100% realism. That's the kind of guy he is, so any of Wobster's mods end up being very mean if you're trying something stupid. By the way, that's why I'm not being as stupid as usual with manual attach and whatnot. I literally can't be. I can still flip stuff, but I can't be as stupid as I normally am with manual attach. Even though you're not getting milk from your cows, are you definitely after buying milk cows, Bradley? How am I doing today? I'm doing good, despite the loss last night of FSUK. Very sad loss for basically for Farm Sim history. It's been kind of doomed for a while now, but it's sad to see it finally go. The Holsteins. Cows only, I think, produce milk at certain times of the year, Bradley. Hello, N.I. How are you doing today? I'm not 100% sure why you're having issues with your cows. Aaron, hello. Yeah, I genuinely don't know why you're having issues with your cows. I'm doing pretty good. Bit sad over FSUK shutting down, but guess all good things come to an end. It's a shame that so much. Hang on, is that just completely auto-attached? Do you know when Greenwich will be seasons ready? I don't even know if it's going to be seasons ready, Ethan. I haven't spoken to Greenbale. The person to ask about that is Landy. He has contact with Greenbale. I do not. I'd hope so. I think Landy hopes so too. Greenbale's working on it? There you go. Now, full disclosure on the replacement for FSUK, I have joined the new website, I've joined FS Nation just to take my username, but I don't expect to be active on there at all. Since Alpha's already hay. It shouldn't be hay, like, after... yeah, that's a fun question. ASB. I don't know if it's gonna work. Hey, Irish R6. I'm hoping this tractor's powerful enough to power the mowers, by the way, because I got the really cool rowing mowers from the mod contest. So, hoping this works. Really hoping this works. Because I'll be slightly annoyed if it doesn't. I think this is a good setup to go with. This is the original setup I wanted to go with, and then Landy reminded me of the portrait, which apparently doesn't like hills all that much, so... How come my first cut is so late? It's late spring. It's actually the first day of late spring. And this is pretty much the earliest time that I want to do a first cut. My plan always with seasons is to do the grass mow late into the season. So second cut, which is probably going to be hay, is going to be late summer. Third cut, which is probably going to be silage again, is going to be in late autumn. And The simple reasoning behind that is it gives the grass the most time to grow. You thought it said late summer. Ah, I see. You gotta pay attention when I'm about. Oh, that's a wall, Dave. Gotta pay attention, because I am... Won't let you out the hay bales. Hopefully this still can't be taken... Hopefully, yeah. How many days do I play with? 6-day seasons. For the very simple reason that 9 days for YouTube is too long. I might eventually swap to 9-day seasons, but for now at least we're gonna stick with 6 because it just allows for progression at a decent rate. Plan is to clamp it, Plan is definitely clamping the silage. Hang on a second, you're not doing what I want you to do. Change control Y. Yes, that's what I want. And away we go. Rowing up what we're mowing as we go. 9 days is long. 9 days is very long. 9 is for when you're like towards the end game and you own like most of the map, I think. And 6 days is just impossible for you to do all the work in. Have I got animals? I've got sheep because I'm abusing a bow. In the current version of Seasons, from the mod hub, there is a slight bug where sheep produce hilarious amounts of wool. And I'm abusing that bug to just basically get all of the money I can as quickly as possible. 24 days. 24 days way too long. You play 12 days, Franks? I mean, each to their own, but 12 for me, for basically for YouTube reasons, is... Oh, that's the edge of the map. Is not really a viable option. 9's pushing it. Nine's really kind of pushing my luck with the season's length, and it would have to be like when I own most of the map. Or if I want to work with like really small equipment, like I did on... Was it the West Coast I did the initial Insanity series on, where I had the teeny tiny stuff? Hey, police march. But I do have news. I do bring you good news. I bring good tidings to you, gentlemen and gentle ladies and gentle children. For Insanity shall return. In a slightly different format. Insanity is going to be... Bullet Bill's quit. Basically, ASB. He's not making anything public anymore. For all intents and purposes, he's done. Making public maps. I'm sure somebody's going to take that massively out of context. But the Insanity Challenge will return in stream format. And I have chosen the map for Insanity. Is this the button? Is this the button? There's a button that... No, that was not the button. I mean, that kind of works, because now I can... It's going to return as 2-hour streams. We'll do... It won't be an everyday thing. It'll be kind of following the same schedule, so it'll be probably 1 to 2 streams a week. And we'll do a... Dang it. We'll do a spin every... Let's say every second stream. So I get 4 hours of pain with a rule set. And a bit of time to adjust to rule sets. In between getting new rule sets put in. But I've chosen the map. And it's going to be an interesting one. And I should mention it will be with seasons. And the map for Insanity version 3. Oh yes, Insanity's different. Yeah, we'll do Insanity. We'll do Insanity. I forgot the crowdsourcing and Insanity were two different challenges. The map for... Well, crowdsource turned into Insanity. Should we do crowdsource or should we do Insanity? Because crowdsourced becomes insane as time goes on and the rules get ever more bizarre. Crowdsourced? Okay, we'll do crowdsourced then. On a map of my choosing. And the map of my choosing is an interesting one. Let me tell you. Well, should I tell you the map and then let you choose what challenge you want me to do? Is it seasons ready? The map I'm choosing is seasons ready. Yes, you guys want the map first to choose the challenge you want me to do. Now, it's not going to start for a little bit as the map isn't ready yet. Hey, mister. You can guess if you want. You guys can totally guess if you want. SB got it in 1. He literally got it first guess. Wow, you guys are good at guessing. Yes. Is this class DLC? This is class mod. This is a mod from the mod hub. It's by Smetty. Very high quality. It's got some rough edges, but very high quality. So now that you know that it's Lone Oak, what challenge do you want? Because if it's Insanity, I will need to sit down for a day or two and come up with the rules. Insanity? Three meters only. No, I'm not going to go that bad. It needs to be playable. This is the thing. All class machine. Kevin, if it was out before, if Lone Oak was going to be before or after the DLC, then I'd totally do that. But it's going to be after the DLC or before. It's going to be Lone Oak is coming out before the DLC. I've managed to screw myself up there quite horrifically. Lone Oak's coming before the DLC, so I can't do class only because I've only got the one class tractor. Crowdsourced was Marvel and Insanity Essential Patcho did not last. Yeah, the reason Insanity didn't last long was because nobody was interested in the map. So I will try and use as much American equipment as I can get, but there isn't much on the mod hub and there's no other websites really that have American equipment. So that's going to be fun to try and finagle. I'm thinking... Here's the thing, ASB, I'm very particular about where I'm downloading mods from now. I'm thinking of introducing a horsepower limit on Lone Oak for tractors. And I'm thinking maybe something as low as 200 horse. There's a new class release now. No. So many of you guys are getting confused by this one mod. This is from the mod hub. If you're on PC, you can use this class Axion 900 right now. This mod's a review site. See, the problem there is, ASB, the original links might be on sites that I dislike very strongly. Sites that I don't count as reputable. And honestly, I can't be bothered dealing with mods that might conflict with each other. So I'm much happier just sticking with the mod hub and making do with that. This is super high quality, Ethan. Like, there are rough edges. It is an old model. There are times when you notice that it's an old model. But it is a super high quality class mod. You know, Giants will do well to replicate this and hopefully exceed what we have already in this beautiful mod from CMT, or Smeddy from CMT. Horsepower under 170. Problem is there, Kevin, is there's not a lot of equipment that I could use under 170. If I kept it to 200, 250 or below, it would actually limit the amount of equipment I could use. But I could still use some reasonably sized stuff. So yeah, and I enjoy your dinner. Didn't he make the 70 series in the contest? Yep. That's the wonderful thing. Oh, is the stream skipping for you guys? I'm seeing it every so often just skipping forward, and I'm wondering, is it that I'm lagging on my playback, or is the stream actually skipping? It's okay for you? Okay, it's on my playback then. That's fine. I'm fine with the playback going derpy. Hey again, Glenn. Yeah, it's supposed to be high. I've made that typo so many times. Which other grass fields am I gonna mow? It's just 5 and 6 that I own. Might want 250 max. That's what I'm thinking. 250 just to allow myself to go up into the 6, maybe eke into the 9 meter range, but barely. What do I think of the class DLC? Kevin, I'm using a class Axion right now. What do you think I think of the class DLC? I've been spamming this Axion because I love it so much. What do you think I think of the DLC? Allows me to use the new seed mod hub. Yeah, that's. There are some things that I'm not going to do with Insanity, like turning on crop destruction, because I just dislike how that works in game. And sure, what fields I own, sure. Whoops. So, I own fields 24, 25, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Where's field 4? I'm probably on field 4 too, but I can't find it. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 24, and 25 at fields currently on. 24 is in oats, 25 is in, I think, wheat. 1 is in one of the fields, I can't remember which one is in. Let me check. So we got oats in 24, wheat in 25, canola in 1, and barley in 3. Field 2 is being set aside for corn, which I'm going to plant probably tomorrow. Is it warm enough for oats? It's warm enough for everything but like soybeans, I think. That's always an issue, Heath, is like is the class DLC confirmed? Class is the Platinum brand Foxtrot. When will I bail? I'm not going to be bailing for a little while. I won't be bailing until summer at the earliest, because this is going to be pit silage, and it's the hay that I'm going to bale. Because it's a bit easier to use the pit for silage and then have hay bales. You have a decision on what to sell? Sell everything, get nothing but class tractors. And if what I'm hearing is correct, the Lexion 8800 is going to be in the DLC. So the brand new Lexion that was only revealed, I think in real life, was it today or yesterday, is going to be in the DLC. Deutz get very little. Deutz are a very small brand. And Deutz have been in Farm Sim forever. But I do agree with you that I would like more of the smaller branded tractors and stuff. That would be awesome. Can't wait for new Geos. Somebody was saying, I think it was Wopster, that they are planning on releasing Geos at some point very, very soon. That's a good variety. Not in game. In real life they probably do, but in game, yeah, they don't have much variety. But I would like to see more representation from the smaller brands. That'd be something nice going forwards. Just more variety available. It was pictured a while back, but the official reveal of it was only like a couple of days ago. I think any JD DLC will come. Maybe people are saying there's still 2 DLCs after Platinum. One of which I would anticipate being a John Deere DLC, because when they joined the FSL, they openly said there is more coming. Kubota would be awesome. Hey TNT. I'm gonna be real with you. I want the 780 Jag or the 580. Not the biggest fan of the TerraTrack Jag. Like when I was talking about I want a Jag in the DLC, I didn't mean a TerraTrack. I wanted me wheeled Jag that I see driving down the roads occasionally. I'm stunned by how much class we're getting. Yes, Cougar would be delicious. I love Cougar. It is derpy and I love it. Hey Duncan. I'm from County Tipperary, hence the bright yellow. The main fan base wants like their favorite brand in. What's my favorite combine brand? Class. I know they don't make the Cougars anymore. That doesn't mean I can't want it in the DLC. You're talking technicalities there, Bradley. I just want a Cougar in me DLC. I'm not going to bring up the sign in Tipperary town that literally says, "Welcome to Tipperary, you've come a long way." I'm not going to bring that up. He says bring it up. But I want more of everything. I know that I'm super hyped for Class coming in, and that's awesome. And I think it's right to be pumped that there is a really good brand coming in the same way that I was hyped when John Deere were announced to come into the game initially. It's awesome to see a new brand, especially a big major one that has a lot of variety. Do I know the 2 Johnnies? I know of them. I don't think anybody from Tip doesn't know of the 2 Johnnies. But one thing I want to see is just more variety in vehicles, more variety generally in Farm Sim. That'd be awesome. Moving forward into the next game, you guys know what I'm going to say. Gameplay. There needs to be new gameplay features in the next game. Ideally seasons, but at the same time orchard farming would be awesome. And there's so much that Giants could throw in that would just be really interesting, like crops that have specialist harvesters, like carrots, onions, stuff like that. Root crops that have unique, weird harvesters for them would be awesome to see in the game. FS19 will be out for a year on November 20th, TNT. You should probably bring Leaper back. Part of the reason Leaper suddenly dropped off the face of Farm Sim is because Class owns Leaper now. Or has some sort of big, huge working relationship. The Class Torion that is in the Platinum DLC is actually a Leaper. As is the Class Scorpion, which I have heard is going to be in the DLC. They're just Leapers that have been repainted. In real life, like I'm not knocking Class. In real life, they're just Leapers that have been repainted. I don't think Leaper will come back. I think we'll just see the Class versions of the Leaper stuff. Hello, Phil. Carrots, beans, peanuts, any other crop. Yeah, just more gameplay features. Like expand on the animals the way Seasons has, maybe. I'm doing good. How are you? But, possibly unpopular opinion, I don't really care if there's no new brand in FS21, or whatever the next Farm Sim game is. Because one of the big... In fact, the biggest criticism I've seen of the Class DLC, other than it not being John Deere, is... Well, what do Giants do for the next Farm Sim game? What brand goes on the cover? And the simple answer for me is, put no brand on the cover. Have the next Farm Sim game be shamelessly about gameplay. Scorpion, I've heard it is, Chris. I can't confirm that. I haven't seen any actual confirmation, but I've heard it is. We got enough brands now. Giants don't need to be selling the game with brands. That's part of the reason FS19 kind of fell flat for a lot of people. Was they over-relied on John Deere. There was a massive over-reliance on John Deere is coming and look at our game. They can't do that for the next game. They have to work on gameplay. Plus, what brand could sell it? Like, oh, John Deere, but John Deere's been in the game already. Why would I want to buy a new game that just has John Deere added in? Class! Well, Class came in the previous game. Why would I want a new game with Class on the cover? Kubota! Who cares about Kubota? I'd love Kubota in the game, but it's not a big enough brand to be a cover brand. It wouldn't sell. So why not double down on gameplay? Why not? McCormick, again, it's not a brand that would sell. It's not a brand that would shift copies. If you had a game that had Ford probably would. Problem there is Versatile would probably shift copies in the US, maybe not so much in Europe. This is the issue with looking at FS21 is what brand could sell if you want to put a brand on the cover. I don't think any could. What could sell? Well, Orchards and Seasons? Maybe? Yeah, you gotta think global. Like, I could say Mikhail and all these kind of things. Oxbow is again US based, H&S is again US based. What mowers are these? The rear mowers are from the mod contest, Ross. The front mower I think is base game, maybe? Probably. How long am I streaming for? I'll be streaming until 7 o'clock my time. It is currently 5:47 PM. So another hour and 15 minutes or so, give or take, because if I finish like doing a job at 5 to, I'm not going to start a new job because there's no point in doing something for 5 minutes. Any news on Air Ardent? None that I know of. I've not been... I've not been following any of the Facebook groups, so I don't know anything that's going on Facebook. And Air Ireland is very much a map that all the news is on Facebook. So, no disrespect to the Air Agri guys making it, and the guys making it looks amazing. I really want it, and I hope it has seasons. Actually, I hope it I don't care if it has seasons. If I was doing it single player, I'd hope for seasons. The plan is to put it on the server where seasons just doesn't work. I would love to see vintage or used section. I've always been like that. Like, used machinery would be awesome, where you buy a machine for super cheap, but it's fully worn and you can never get it back up to full working order, or it costs you twice as much to repair. Case on the cover has been done before. I bet Scania Volvo more trucks instead of man. Well, then you're just turning it into Euro Truck Sim. This is the issue with trying to introduce more trucks and stuff. Is you're trying to turn it into a different game by adding in more of like more auxiliary stuff. Now, I've got no issue with more trucks coming into the game, but having it on the case is misleading. Having it on the cover is misleading. Maybe new AGCO stuff? Well, that was on the cover in FS15. Or was it 17? Was all AGCO. So I don't see that happening again. Maybe the next Farm Sim game, and here's a thought, with all the brands that are in it now, maybe the next Farm Sim game won't even be based on modern farming. Do Giants have rights for Marshall? They used to, but I don't know if the rights are still valid. 17 was AGCO. Thank you, ASP. 17 was AGCO because in Europe, I think we had two different covers. Massey Ferguson in the UK and Fendt in Germany. So there are actually three different versions of FS17. I think, potentially, a smart move would be to have Farm Sim Vintage. Vintage Farming Simulator. Where it's all old-timers, all kind of 1970 and before vehicles, or 1980 and before, and that'd be really cool. ASB, we shall not mention Ag Sim in here, because that was an atrociously built game. It has never been done before, properly. 7810 JD, yeah, I think that a DLC, oh, they did have a DLC for 2013, but they never went all in on it. It was only like a few bits of equipment. I think going all in and having a full game based on classic equipment would be really cool. And they know that it would work, because Matt's DLC in 17 did really well. So I think it'd be cool if they went all in on the classics. Mainly because I have a fascination with classic tractors. Make it a mix of equipment. Yeah, even if they did a DLC like, based around classics. Even if it's just one brand, like let's look at what's in game. You got New Holland, which really doesn't have many classics because it used to be Ford. You have Massey Ferguson, which used to be Ferguson. You could put in the TE20, and I would be the happiest person in the world. You could put in the 135 and a Fergie, and I would never complain about the game again until I found something new to complain about. You got John Deere, which has some of the most storied tractors in farming history. It's the most famous classic is John Deere's. International, Fiat. Old JCBs, the original Fast Track would be cool to see in. There's so much they could do working with classics. Now, they couldn't get the old Renaults, which is now class. They couldn't get the old Fords, which are now New Holland. David Brown would be awesome to see in. Although, the problem there, Luke, is David Brown still technically exists. Technically. I believe the David Brown 12 was unveiled recently by a small British company that is not really in the farming business. You might know them though. They're called Aston Martin. You know the world famous DB5 and DB8 and 9 and 10. The DB stands for David Brown. And I'm not kidding. I am legitimately not kidding. The most famous car in James Bond history, the DB7, or the DB5, was a David Brown. Badged as an Aston Martin. It was designed by David Brown. Because they owned Aston Martin at the time. So there's a fun bit of farming and car history for you guys. And movie history, I guess. David Brown now also do tank gearboxes. Yeah, seeing as David Brown's still in operation. Oh, Valmets. I guess Giants could do that, because Valmet's now Valtra. Does Valmet still exist as a company? This is the problem. Is like, if the legacy company still exists as David Brown does, as blatantly Ford do, as Renault do, albeit in different spheres, they can't actually use the name. Because the names will be trademarked with regards to vehicles. So if Valmet no longer make tractors or any kind of farm equipment, then Giants could totally do it under the Valtra license. Assuming Valtra own all the rights to Valmet. This is the second problem. This is the second problem. Who owns the rights to Valmet? Because Valtra might have bought the company, they might not have bought the historical rights. For example, Class bought out, if memory serves, bought out the Mercedes tractor division, but did not buy the classic rights. Mercedes-Benz still own the classic rights to something like the MB track. Lamborghini owns Valmet. Yeah, Lamborghini are probably not going to sign on, even though they've got tractors in the game. Muir County, again, you'd run into licensing issues. Wasn't Valmet renamed to Valtra? See, this is where it gets really complicated. Like, companies, when they rename, sometimes give up all the rights to like what they did in the past and sell off the rights to what they did in the past because it makes them a quick buck. And for example, when New Holland bought Fiat Agri, they did not buy the rights to Fiat Agri. They just bought the company and the designs. They did not buy the rights to the name in the agricultural sphere. The same when New Holland... or didn't Fiat Agri buy... it might be backwards of Fiat Agri. But when Ford was bought out, Ford Agri, that was just the tractors they bought and the designs. They did not buy the naming rights. Because obviously the Ford Motor Company had a thing or two to say about that. I'd love to see old steam tractors in farm sim though. That'd be really cool. But we're kind of after leaving the point far behind, which is, what brand could sell FS21? I don't think any single brand could. I think going all in on gameplay features definitely could. And I think that's what the game needs, or that's what the next game needs to 100% be based around, is alterations and improvement to gameplay. You know, expand how animals work. Introduce maybe goats for goat's milk and goat's cheese. Introduce something else that I've forgotten already. Introduce breeding into the game fully. So if you want, you can run a breeding farm where you can sell off calves to, in a storyline maybe, or in a roleplay, to another farm. Orchards. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, orchards. Grow apples. Grow oranges, maybe. Olives. Doesn't necessarily need to be wine or grapes. Does mowers come to console? Will I play This Is Ireland yet? Problem with This Is Ireland, Connor, is, and I'm gonna be very blunt, it doesn't have seasons yet. And I've been on it. It's just, it's a good map. I like it, but I don't like it enough to put it on the channel. I like Lancy Boy. He is good people. He deserves every bit of support you guys give him. But I just don't like the map enough to put it on the channel. Plain and simple. It sucks. It really does. But I don't like it enough to have it on the channel. Allowing you to actually control and manage your animals where they go. Yeah, onions and carrots, more root crops would be nice. So there's a lot that can go into farm sims still. That isn't brands. Like, let's just forget about brands. Going to the next game. There will probably be new brands, because Giants don't bring out a new game without new brands. And I think Giants' costs to make the next game will be decreased, because they'll basically have brands lining up to want to in, and basically throwing rights at them for free. Goats and geese, I guess. More front-wheel drive tractors. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see front-wheel drive tractors base game. Or front-wheel drive, two-wheel drive. Use a front-wheel drive tractor, tiny rear wheels, but giganto front wheels. I want to see one of those in game now. Yes, we have designed a tractor that is exactly backwards. The front wheels have all the power, the rear wheels do all the steering. It's basically a combine harvester put on steroids. Frederick, our designer, was a bit drunk the day that he came up with this, but it works somehow. Well done, Frederick. You absolute lunatic and alcoholic. We need to cut your alcohol allowance. No, Bradley. This fictional tractor I'm thinking of has giant stalks for the rear wheels. Like, the rear wheels are just on giant suspension stalks. Hey, Drew. Follow me? Well, maybe why... Problem with follow me going on console, right? And I'm gonna be straightforward here. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Follow me has a buttload of key combinations that you need to know. Problem with console is it does not have infinite keys. It does not have enough modifiers to allow for the amount of key combinations that Follow Me has, or Courseplay, or anything like that. In fact, the last, I think the final key combo that was available on console was reserved for seasons. So there is unfortunately no way to put any other mods that need key combos into the game. Hey Ty, it's Crack. Not a whole lot, we're just doing the first cut silage. We're coming up on finishing mowing quite soon, and then we'll be... You even play console? See, It's usually console players that suggest follow me, and it's usually console players that don't understand why follow me can't be a thing on console. And that's not knocking you, Donica. It's just that sometimes the reasons are very straightforward, and not, but at the same time not something you'd think about. Because like sometimes the answer is simply there aren't enough buttons. I use an Oakfield. It's in testing. Give it time. It's not getting any special treatment. It's going through the same testing as every other mod. It only got uploaded, I think, the day before Seasons did, so just give it a bit of time. Will I do another Insanities challenge? Stay tuned, James. Stay tuned. It has been decided. You missed the discussion. Soon, TM. Not much Ford mods. Not really, actually. There's not many Ford mods on the mod hub for PC, so... And that's basically the only place I get mods now. So I don't have any Ford... I think I have one or two, maybe, but not many. But James, what I'll tell you is, keep an eye out for an oak on the channel. A lone oak. And there, under the lone oak, you'll find the Insanity Challenge. Steam Workshop would be better, yes, but the problem with Steam Workshop is that it only works if you have the Steam Edition. If you buy direct from Giants, which is what Giants want to encourage, then it's not going to work. Speaking of, if you want to buy Platinum DLC, I'm hoping that worked. If you want to buy Platinum DLC, you want to help me without spending an extra penny. You want to help Giants by giving them a bit more money than on Steam. I think it is slightly more expensive than Steam at the moment. Steam are running the discount on it. Crazy focus on. But for €20 or your local equivalent, you can use that link. Pre-order Platinum, get your delicious pre-order bonuses, and feel good about it by helping me directly, helping Giants directly, and getting your DLC earlier than Steam will, I believe. Traditionally, Steam DLCs drop several hours after the Giants Direct download. If you use that link that I threw in, you will get your DLC exactly when it comes out at 12 midnight Central European time on October 22nd. Which I'm hoping isn't the day the clocks change, because that will be an absolute nightmare. But that link is just for the DLC. You can't buy the Platinum Edition from that. Drum Lover, hello! Hope there's a Cougar, so do I. Also, that link is PC only, so if you got a console version, you're probably best not using it. It's the direct download once it's out. And sorry for the shill, but I mean... Giants have rewarded me with, you know, early access to a lot of stuff, access to their own offices back in November, chance to meet most of them. Clocks changed the week after. Okay. Did I see the German Grand Prix? I did not. I tend not to watch Formula 1 much anymore because it's not as interesting as watching Spa. I was watching the Spa 24, which was on the same weekend, and in my eyes, far more interesting because, you know, Formula 1 doesn't have 6-hour-long red flags due to the track being absolutely sodden. I need to watch it at some point. I'll find a way to watch it at some point. Not as interesting as Mercedes finished 14th. Yeah, it's when class was announced, a little sneak peek into what happens in TeamSpeak. We're all in there. for the announcement. And the reaction that day was basically, if you listen close enough, if you listen very carefully, you can hear cattle and crops die. Because class was the thing that they were really, really pushing that they had. Any recommendations for a PC that runs Farm Sim? Build one yourself. Look into different components. I would recommend like at least a 1060. If you're not planning on ever doing YouTube, go with an i5 from Intel. If you're planning on doing some YouTube, get an i7, as good as you can get. As much RAM as you can cram into the damn thing. That is always a recommendation from me, is just cram RAM in. The more RAM the better. You will love it. You will not regret it. Decent sized hard drive. I'd recommend kind of minimum 2 terabytes. Ideally like 4 or 5 at this point. I'd like to see Mercedes added into Farm Sim, yeah. And just for launching Windows, a solid state drive. What's really funny, and I guess I can tell you guys now, this full story. I was talking to Lizartan Lars when I was in Germany. We were talking about like the game and you know, various stuff around the game, and he said to me, when we got John Deere, we being Giants, when we got John Deere, we stopped going after class. Granted, he said that in a German accent, you know, as Lars has, but he said, you know, when we got John Deere, we stopped going after class, and I thought that meant. This is something that I've learned about Lars and kind of had confirmed to me multiple times now. I thought that meant, oh, class definitely won't be in the game because we're not going after them. We don't want class now. We got John Deere. Why bother? Bradley's got it. Giants stopped going after class because I reckon, this is all speculation from this point on, I reckon they sent one final chase message. And that chase message was, we have John Deere. Just simple 4-word message. We have John Deere. Now, what will enrage class enough to come into Farm Sim? Farm Sim having class's arch rival, John Deere, in game. As well as that, something else that was pointed out. I'm going to get to what I learned about Lars after this. Lars won the first DLC. Before the first DLC was announced, it won't be John Deere and it won't be class, just to kill that rumor before it starts. How many people thought that meant no class in game at all? How many people thought that meant, you know, oh, class definitely will not be in FS19, Lars said so. Have you noticed a small pattern going through things that Lars says? Is that he says something very specific. And it's phrased very specifically. And he never tells a lie. He does not lie to people. He makes people lie to themselves. This is the thing that I've learned. Lars is an expert at misdirection. He will tell you something, and it will be very, very true. However, it may also trick you into lying to yourself. He is amazingly good at his job, because his job is to do that. Is there Fact Sheet Friday tomorrow? If there is, real talk, if there is, I haven't got him yet. Lars is a man who gives answers that are true, but no, there's no lie. There's never a lie, Curtis. This is the thing. Lars does not lie. Everything he says is true. Ultimate Farming, no, this is the update for Oakfield, but it is not publicly out yet. Oxy was kind enough to give me, Landy Kid, and a few others, including I think SFTN and VF, access to the update for seasons a bit early for Oakfield. And it is in testing though. It will be coming soon. I just don't know when. It's going through the same testing as everything else, so. That's the second thing, Bradley. Yeah, Cattle and Crops has been an absolute dumpster fire. Well, there won't be anything about fact sheets until tomorrow. This is the thing. I think we're going to be waiting a couple of... It's not 100% fully grown Massey, but that's not the point of why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because of late spring. And I have found that late spring, late summer, late autumn are the 3 times you want to be mowing grass this seasons. Because that maximizes the amount of grass you actually get. Then Cattle Crops have Deutz-Fahrer. Cattle Crops do have, I think, Deutz-Fahrer. They also have Mercedes, which is pretty cool. Something unique that Giants don't. But the big thing they were pushing all this time was class. And that's been gazumped. That's been taken from them. In one fell swoop, it's gone. So, I don't know how or if Cattle and Crops will be able to respond. So Ultimate Farming, the trick with grass, and this is from having played seasons in 17 for a long ass time. The way the grass works in seasons is very simple. It's not, but it can be boiled down very simply. Grass works in seasons as the same as any other crop. You can mow 3 times a year. You can get 3 cuts in. If you do it right. Now some people go, oh, I want to wait until my grass is fully grown, and that's not the greatest way to do it, because you want to actually get the grass done as much as possible to get as much out of the grass as possible. You can't do anything with the winter. During the winter with grass, it dies off. However, if you are smart and you do 3 cuts, you'll want late spring, which is what the cut that I've just done. You want late autumn, or late summer, and that is going to be your hay cut. And then late autumn, which is going to be a second cut of silage, and kind of a bit more of a freedom cut. You can make hay in late autumn as well if you really want to, if the drying is good enough. And just bear with while I move the wool, just to get it out of the way, so that I can do a bit more maneuvering around the yard. You come across be like, we have class and you don't. Giants just like, are you sure about that? You can't make hay in spring. You totally can, Ultimate. You totally can. But the thing is, in spring and in autumn, it's much more likely to rain than during the summer. And if it's rained, you cannot make hay at all, because the grass is going to be wet. No, you see this warning up here? This icon here, that means wet crop. That means I physically, even if I wanted to, even if I were to tend the hay tend the grass 5 million times, it would never ever 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 dry, because it's wet. There's moisture in the air and in the ground still from the rain that happened yesterday. Several hours ago now in game. And you are very much with seasons at the mercy of the weather. You can't decide, oh, it's Tuesday, so I'm going to mow my grass. Or, oh, it's Thursday, so I want to harvest my crop. Well, no, you can't because it's raining. You can? I think there's 3 stages of grass drying, and this is stage 1, which is wet grass. I could probably show you with the lobster. Yeah, this is wet grass. You can see. Then it turns into what base game hay, which is dry grass, but is not hay. Then you've got to leave it dry in the field. I think you can tell it twice. People have been saying no, but I think you can. But you do have to leave it stand as well. Turns out I don't have a forage wagon because I am very prepared. That'll do. I thought I did have a forage wagon. Do I in fact have a forage wagon that I'm just not seeing somehow? The 3 water pumps that have failed to work. Brilliant. No, I don't. Oh. I am a fool. I am a fool for not having a forage wagon. Let's get the... Let's get the Bergman. And we'll put it on the back of the Massey. How many car mods do I have? Not many, because I don't see the point of them in Farm Sim. Straight answer for a straight question. That was the wrong key combo. There we go. I don't generally download car mods because I don't see the point in them. Hey, Oxy. How's it going today, dude? I get why people use them. Don't get me wrong. I see why people use car mods. They're just not for me. I'm doing pretty good. I'm in a good mood today. I don't know why, but I am. Despite the sad deletion of 10 years of Farm Sim history last night. I never said this. As far as I'm aware, because I was refreshing right up until the last second, I had the last post on FSUK. I was the last person to publicly post the status thingy on FSUK. Might not have been there at the start, but I was there at the end. I was more active in the last hour of it existing than I was in the previous 10 years. It's sad though, because like, the sad bit for me is all of the modding knowledge that was there is just wiped from the internet now. And all of the whip topics, the birth of seasons happened there. And that's gone. You can't see how seasons came about anymore. You know, it's not about what it became towards the end. It's not about what FSUK was in the last, we'll say, 12 months or so. It's what FSUK was over the last 10 years that I'm kind of thinking of. And like the heyday of FS13 where, you know, everything was FSUK. If you were English, if you spoke English, you went to FSUK for anything. If you wanted mods, you went to FSUK regardless of what language you spoke because they had the best. And that's all gone. That's why that's why it's a sad day. Like, aside from the history, the place to be for the English-speaking community who were starting up around the same time I was in FS13, that's gone now. AI modding is And I'm modding have been gone for a while though. FS13, FSUK. If you wanted a good mod, you went to FSUK. You were guaranteed 100% that the mod was going to be good. Why did they close it down? They couldn't justify. I have stop and start breaking off, but I have shuttle controls on, Connor. That's why I'm sometimes doing weird things. Yes, back in the day when like you'd want new maps daily, new mods daily, and you'd go through the forum to see what was coming, and you like see a map being built from the ground up, and you get excited to see the progress. And that's just not been a thing for a while, and it kind of sucks. I think the bigger issue is that the amount of modding knowledge that is gone, just wiped from the internet. That's gonna set modding back. It's gonna make it so much more difficult to get into farm sim modding in the first place, especially if you wanted to make a map. Like anything to do with mapping was on FSUK, and most of those tutorials still worked, and they're just gone now, and it sucks. And it sucks more because it's going to be just that bit more difficult to get new people to start modding. It's a shame that the GDN isn't more community based. I would love to see them transform the GDN, the developer network, into a modding forum. Because the only people who really know about GDN are modders. That is the perfect place to have them congregate and share knowledge and just bring the old FSUK modding knowledge heyday back, albeit in a different place. I'm aware Arm Team are coming back, by the way. I'm probably not going to be a fan of their mods. Like David Brown and Leyland's. I like all old tractors, Connor. I'm not gonna like say, oh, this is my favorite old brand. The only old tractor that I'll specifically say that I love, there's two. There's the TE20 and the 135. Like, one of the mods just show Tig's message there. Mods know what I'm talking about. Tig knows what I'm talking about. The rest of you might not. Thank you, whoever did that. For some reason, guys, if you're typing FSUK, could you please put the dash in between the S and the U? Because YouTube gets really angry when you don't. And blocks your messages. The DEM tutorials, yes! That's the biggest hit, is like people want to go into DEM mapping. Where's the knowledge for that? Where's the tutorials gone? Like, aside from the frankly horrific color scheme of the news site, which I think is John Deere green, but it just does not work on the website. There's no forum. There's no place where they've archived, even if they just archived the tutorials that were on FSUK. Even just those. For people getting into modding, they're gone. Are we all picking this up? Probably, but that's kind of the joy of seasons for me. Is the fact that it is slow and steady wins the race, not... well, I say slow and steady wins the race. It's slow and relaxing when the weather's with you. When the weather's against you, it becomes a rush to get everything done as quickly as possible. And I will say... actually, quick reminder for you guys that the Swiss Future Farm wasn't the only prize Oxy picked up at the awards thing. He also, I think, picked up definitely one of the red awards for making a mod for console. And I think a silver award for... It might have been a bronze for like 5 million download, 1 or 5 million downloads. I just remember the big one that I'm so delighted about is the actual mod contest win, but it's not the only thing Oxy picked up as a winner. You're about 80. Oh, that sucks, dude. So you're getting... Is it bronze you're getting then, Oxy? Same one, oddly, as me and Landy somehow, despite the fact that we've done nothing. We literally get the bronze award for, like, Giant's partner. We filled in a form. We had a chat with Lars and filled in a form. That's how we got our awards. Landy was told that they are sending them out, yeah. He's desperately trying to get in contact with Lars so they don't send him to the UK. Congrats on filling out the form and getting an award for it. It's a real participation trophy. Whatever thing can make a mod for Farm Sim. I did before, Connor. I was in FS17 working on a map. If you look up on the channel, I'm not deleting those videos. If you look up on the channel Duneske, Duneske, you will see my mapping progress. Next up, I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna do something stupid on that map, and people are looking forward to it because I've revealed the idea is the Insanity Challenge, where I use hilariously inappropriate stuff and try and survive. New Eaton Bar. Ooh. I'm not. No, Bradley. I'm done with mapping. It was already a convert from 15. I never wanted to bring it up to 19. The plan was to get it out for 17, but I was so unhappy with how I had made it that it was never going to be finished in a time frame that I'd be happy with. And the plan was never to bring it forward to 19. The plan was always like, if it didn't come out, it didn't come out, and that was the end of it. And it sucks because it was based on my local area. It was like a map that was based like 5 miles from me. So I was really excited to play it if I ever got it done, but I just never got it done. Do I like Marble? Yeah. I basically like almost every map Oxy's made. Almost. I share a lot of opinions with Landy. In that, clearly, my favourite is, in fact, Chellington. As is Landy's. He may deny it. He may deny it, but Landy's favourite map is Chellington. Find out how much you... Well, the easy way to annoy Landy and annoy me at the same time is just to keep putting off Shamrock Valley, because we're getting... Like, you need to bring that map out, dude. There'll be so many people downloading that map, you won't know what to do with your download number. How's Simulate? Simulate is good. Simulate is very busy. If Oxy had brought out Shamrock, he would have got the 5 million award by now. Shamrock's next after Lonok. Sweet. That pleases me. That pleases the entirety of the IML. I say the entirety. That pleases the group of people who liked Shamrock Valley to begin with and weren't just mindlessly complaining because it wasn't a Donegal map. I appear to have lost where I finished working somehow. Oh, I know why. I know why. I love Shamrock as well, dude. Shamrock is like one of my favorite maps. If only because it reminds me of so many places I've been. It's wonderfully generically Irish that's a bit of everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Yeah, don't blame me for wanting to finish this future map, because that's a pretty sweet deal. Finish the map and double your prize. Dude who was giving out the award could not stop gushing about it as well. I think you You stunned him with the level of your work, Oxy. Yeah, Oxy's converting Lone Oak. Ooh, that'd be pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I think I can't remember the exact rules, but it's basically double the prize if the map is finished within 6 months. Or something similar to that. It's quite hilarious. It's a real incentive to get the finished map to them. I think it's a... You can correct me if I'm wrong here, Oxy, you'll know better than I do. A doubling of the cash portion. Which is just basically free money. And quite a lot of it. Double the dough, yeah. No reason for you to not do it then, Oxy. Free money. Like, I think there's a kind of an out in it that's like, you have to do it to their satisfaction. And, how much did Oxy win? I don't actually know how much Oxy won. I wasn't paying attention to the actual numbers of it all. I was just delighted. As we all were. There was a small party in TeamSpeak when we realised that Oxy had won. Yeah, yeah. Do this tiny amount of work and get like quite a large pile of cash. There's Luke. Hello, Marcus. Do I know other farm sim YouTubers? I know... I talk on a very regular basis to Simulate and Landykid, SFTN, Simulation for the Nation. Don't talk to him as much as I do Landy and Sim, but fairly regularly. VF occasionally, Silver... it's getting more frequent, but occasionally as well. And I've spoken to Dagger a few times. As well as a Shadowbox who at least used to be a farm sim YouTuber. So I guess the answer to the question is yes. Oh, VF wants to troll me again. I'm not doing that again. Not anytime soon. Maybe when I hit 10k. When I hit 10k in 2026, Dagger getting over. I presume so. He didn't get a shout out as far as I'm aware. Although I was too busy laughing at them giving me a shout out to know who else got one. I'm gonna be real. I nearly wet myself. Hey Mikey. I don't know if they gave Dagger a shout out. What am I at now? Subwise 5960 something. The layout's changed because it's for like twin streaming to Twitch. Smith Riders and Carlo built 4 exercise trails going to Mexico. Oh, I might have a look at that after the stream. Yeah, the real farm sim account is verified. Is the tick. I don't even want to think of how many Dagger wins have been banned from the channel. Like, I really... It's funny banning Daggerwin, or back when that was a thing, banning Daggerwin basically daily. Why isn't Daggerwin part of our group? He is more than welcome to join it, Johnny boy. He is absolutely welcome to join. In fact, he has an open invitation to come on TeamSpeak and talk to us. He chooses not to for his own reasons, and that's his choice. But we'd all love him to join the TeamSpeak. We'd all love him to join the group. It's his decision not to. And don't pester him about it. Let him make his own decisions. What am I about going for? I was asked, just talking about like the farm sim YouTubers that I've spoken to in the past. And it's actually I spoke to Stocko. There's one, Brad M73. Haven't spoken to their Tebbers. I've spoken to basically all the farm sim YouTubers I watched in FS13. And it's kind of bizarre. I don't think cattle and crops has a future. I didn't think it had a future 3 months ago, or even last month. I definitely don't think it has a future now that Giants have class. Done some work with Darren in the past. I've never spoken to him. I've kind of moved on from it, like watching his content as well, which sucks in a way, but I mean, time moves on. Time waits for no man. He is a good guy. Yeah, that's part of the reason that I've kind of moved away from his channel, ASBs. Like, being gone for 2 years, you're gonna lose viewers. Do I play FS19 off camera? I do now, Connor. In fact, I have many plans for FS19 off camera for a little bit. First off, getting a bit more work done in here. I'll be swapping over my Xbox controller. To do it, and then possibly something else as well, just to chill. Problem is, I'm doing so much to try and chill now, including drawing, which is why I've bought my tablet. Oh yeah, when somebody's enjoying something, you tell, but I don't know. His voice, for some reason, I wish I knew why. His voice, it just gets to me now. It just hits a nerve, and I don't know why, but it's not the same Dirt Teppers I remember, and there's something about it that just hits a nerve, and I don't like it. Maybe try a PS4 controller. No, I don't have a PS4 controller. I'm not buying one. Where did I stop? Oh, it's over there. I can see it. Thing is, ASB, you might notice the headset mic I've got on. I can hear myself speak all the damn time now. I'm not using this mic actively on the stream. I'm using this mic to hear myself speak. Because otherwise I'd just be shouting, because these are noise cancelling headphones and they work quite well. Yours enough feedback. Ah, yeah. It's a simple idea. Like, it saves you having to faff about and try and set up virtual audio cables and crap. Who would I like to work at Giants? I don't know if I'd like anybody. Oh, these are the G430, I think? Let's say. Yeah, G430. Can I recommend a good mic? Honestly, like, if you want to go on a budget, the G430 mic is really good. Yeah, Logitech G430. Same headsets that, this is the reason that I bought it. Same headsets that were worn at, Stream Week. So I knew that I found it comfortable already, and I was quite happy with the quality. Yeah, the guys that do well in Giants are people who know code. So, like, I guess if I had to choose somebody, Wobster. Wobster would be pretty good. Zentro, maybe? But I don't know if they'd want to work for Giants. Because when you swap from modding into doing it as a job, it suddenly isn't as fun anymore. Yeah, when a hobby turns into a job, it stops being fun, it starts being work. Good demo. Yeah, it's great to be able to wear a set of headphones and just be like, ah. This is quite comfortable. Sim hates this headset. He finds it, he found it very tight on his head. But yeah, I'm a fan. How much is Platinum Edition? It is €20 or your local equivalent, and if you're on PC, you can use that link that I just pasted into chat to get it for €20. Pre-order it off the Giants website. Get it exactly at midnight Central European Time on October 22nd. Get all your pre-order bonuses. Give Giants more money than Steam give them. And on top of all that, without paying a penny extra, you can directly help support me. So that is a completely shameless shill, but it's something that I think you guys might be interested in. Because it gives you all the bonuses and a couple of extras on top, including directly supporting Giants and myself. In some small part. And it doesn't cost you a penny extra for the DLC. It might cost a bit more than Steam currently does, but you know, the Giants get literally 30% more money. Steam take 30% of everything you buy on Steam. You have the Season Pass, do you get the bonus DLC? Yes, you do, Connor. Season Pass is a pre-order. So here's the way that it works. You buy the Season Pass, you've pre-ordered all the DLC right there and then. So any pre-order bonuses for DLC, you will get them, as well as getting the DLC. Problem with Dynamic RAM, ETH, and I go through this quite regularly, it is horrifically bad to optimize. And the way Farm Sim works, it would have to work in multiplayer, which Dynamic Terrain currently doesn't in any game. Even in Spin Tires, which is literally just Dynamic Terrain Simulator, doesn't work in multiplayer. It's all client-side. So that is a big, big problem. I should do ads for Giants. I do. That's why I have the affiliate link. That's why I was brought to Germany. Fun fact, all YouTubers are advertisers. Anybody who plays a game and shows it off on YouTube is advertising the game directly. But I like if you want the DLC, you want to give Giants that little bit extra thanks for the wonderful DLC. You want to give me a bit of extra thanks as well. That's great. Anyone seen a guide on how to do connection hoses? I don't know. I think there might. I think there was one in FSUK until last night. Do it, ASP. Do whatever the hell you like on your channel. How many months do I think seasons will be until it's on console? I would say if you're on PC, exclamation mark Diddy Deets, and you can join my server anytime you like. Twitchy, the plan is yes, he is. Going back to the season on console question, I would guess somewhere in the region of 2 to 4 months. Would I like to go to FarmCon for next Farm Sim? I would love to. If only because I know so many guys from the Farm Sim Discord, and I'd like to say hello to them in person. Like Marcel, JTAF is usually there, Alagos. I'd like to meet Chris, the Lars' minion. I'd like to chat to Lars again in person. He is awesome to talk to. I'd like to say hi to Kenny again, who again is awesome. Basically, how have I got this stuck? It is properly stuck. Come here. Rescue telehandler. What's the shed that the seed bags are in front of used for in real life? I have no idea. I would imagine it's a storage shed. possibly actually for seed bags. I haven't Austin powered it. I've spiked it. It's stuck on top of the pole. It's not Austin powered anywhere. Did Chris stop YouTube? No, Chris was streaming. Was it last night or the night before? He just streams completely at random now. He has like a job and kids that he needs to deal with. Unlike myself and Landy, even myself and Landy have issues with real life things getting in the way of YouTube sometimes. I happen to know one or two things that Landy has planned that will be getting in the way of his doing YouTube, and he might tell you guys, he might not, but it's entirely up to him. Come on. Off the pole you get. There you go. You see? Much easier to drive when the wheels are on the ground. Look, you can drive. Oh, it was Austin Powers. I have just learned that it was in fact slightly Austin Powers. There we go. What did you miss? Nothing at all. Definitely no vehicles getting stuck where they shouldn't have got stuck. I have not been doing stupid things. Not me, no, never. What would make you think that I have done stupid things? Wonder what cross-out is like? I have no idea what you mean. To see the new mods, there were updates, weren't they? There was an update to the Sim Track, an update to something that I've forgotten, that I already had, that I updated. And an update to another couple of things. And like a log holder from Rapper's Paradise. Get the Sim Track. I don't think I need an extra tractor on this save, Eth. As hilarious as it is, I don't think I need an extra tractor on this save. I do have it active. I can if I want. If I feel I need to, I can get the Sim Track. But the plan isn't. The plan is to not get it for now. Horsepack, thank you, Bradley. That's what updated. That's what I updated. Simtrack has apparently fixed the crash with lower end graphics settings, by the way. So if you've got a slightly lower end computer that you can't run the high or very high presets, give the Simtrack a try now. It might actually work. Have I seen the new tipper? No. Oh boy, there's no breeze. My room's starting to autumn. Or my PC is becoming space heater. Space heater mode has in fact been engaged. This is not fun. Fabio, hello. I'm good. Well, pretty good. Horsepack added a tipper. Oh! Did it? You better not be trolling me. Is it the Fliegel Duke 390? That's actually a really nicely sized tipper. That's a bulker! Oh, Landy will be happy. That's a bulker. That's not just a tipper, that's a bulker. I see these things in real life. Yeah, that's a bulker. Standard trans farmer tractor in disguise. started making a joke and I didn't know where it was going, so I had to make it up as I went along there. And it didn't work. I've just realised I should have said trailer. God dang it! Transformer trailer in disguise would have worked so much better than tractor. God dang it, Babs, dang it. Why'd you go and do that stupid thing? So, plan for off-camera work for tonight for me is to finish picking up the silage, apparently. Because we're coming up to 5 to 7, which means Landy Kid is entering his zone of he probably will start at some point. And, oh, wait! What day is it today? Today's Thursday. Yeah, no, Landy's going to be starting today. I don't think Landy's streaming tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? I think it might be tomorrow he's not streaming. It'll probably tell you guys because it will affect streams. He might not tell you why he's not streaming, but he should tell you that he's not streaming tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. It might be next Friday. My flight's in tomorrow. Yes, that's the plan. I'm willing to lose like all of the viewers because I want to do flight sim, and I want to do it tomorrow. Remember Agreement? Yeah, he actually earned himself a ban in here for that. So Agreement, if you're here, hi, you're banned. GG. Don't be an ass on other people's streams. Yeah, myself and Sim banned him banned him after the fact on our own channels. If you behave that badly, you don't deserve to chat. When? Same day he got banned from Landy's. If somebody behaves that badly, I am banning the crap out of them. Project Hell Sunday, yep. Oh, I forgot I don't stream Saturdays. Ah. That's convenient. I can actually use Saturday to do the off-camera work. And I will be actually updating the... He didn't come to my stream, I just banned him. Fun fact, I can ban you without you even coming into the stream. If I know your channel link, then you can get banned. And, really useful thing for preventative measures. Might I add. If I know, if I have a channel link of somebody who's going to be an ass, I'm going to ban them. What else was I saying? What was that? My warning to him about trolling, where if you're gonna try and troll someone, you damn well better be a better troll than they are. Because it's gonna like, people try and troll me all the time, and they end up running away because they can't. Until Simulator Gaming actually convinced me that the lemon. Simulator Gaming convinced me that the Cougar was in the Platinum Edition, and I fell for it. Which is why, if you look on Discord, his name is now Bandulator Gaming. I got my revenge. By the way, if you haven't already, you should join the Discord. It is quite a lot of memes. The rules are played with a bit fast and loose, but there is memes. It's basically an extension of Stream Chat. What happened to Simulator Gaming's channel? He's been taking a break. He does that. Hello, Bandulator Gaming. Are you in my Discord? Eth, I don't know if you are. Fabio, yes. Next up, imminently, might I add. Well, actually, imminent is the Oakfield Seasons update. Then it is going to be Lone Oak. Marwell Seasons update is in there somewhere, and I think he forgot about that. Marwell Seasons update is coming soon as well. Can I link my Discord? Is there a mod about to use the command? Because I don't have it on my stream deck. There's 53 people watching. There better be a mod in chat. Wakey, wakey, mods. Exclamation mark Discord in chat for the stream. Exclamation mark Discord. It took you a long time to... There we go. And... Oh, Nightbot's probably... There we go. There's the Discord link for you, Connor Gaming. And Curtis, your memes are welcome as long as they're PG. Just keep them PG and you're fine. If they're not PG, you can DM me them. I did actually fall for it, Sim. You legit trolled me. That's why I changed your name. I was actually angry. I wasn't putting on an angry act. I was legit angry with you. My favourite Oxy map, Shamrock Valley. Oh, do I love me Shamrock Valley. I'm always going to. It's an Irish map. I had some input into some of the detail work. So, I mean, I helped with the map in a tiny way. By which I mean, Oxy came to me one day and was like, Dave, what should an Irish map be like? And I gave him very vague guidelines of what my personal ideal Irish map was, and he just worked with that. Didn't tell him, oh, do this DEM over here because it's perfect. Just gave him guidelines and he ran with it to make a generic Irish map, which is what he did. Shamrock and Colbert for FS17. Shamrock. I'm always going to like a map that I had involvement with a bit more than a map that I did not. Even though I love Colbert still. Shamrock just... Oh, Shamrock was delicious for me. I'm looking forward to it. Landy's live. Well, on that note, yes I was actually, Seb. But I know why you can't type. Do I have some sort of weird... Wait, go down to General Chatto, I think I've called it. Generally Chatto. That's the main room. You might be trying to talk in one of the rooms that actually has no perms for people. Because there's a few rooms that I've locked off to myself, basically. That are publicly viewable, but you can't type in them. Yeah, Drew, I'm going to finish up the stream anyway. Head on over to Landy Kid for more Seasons goodness. I presume he's on Oakfield again. He said he was going to be rinsing Oakfield. Let's say rinsing. He said he's going to be spamming Oakfield Seasons for a little while. So head on over to Landy for more Oakfield Seasons if you want it. If not, then watch other videos. I'll be back tomorrow with Flight Sim, which you should join me for because it is memes and I have Navigraph back. So I will be able to go through the cool maps again and load in flight plans again, which is nice. And actually use procedures again. Because I can't memorize procedures in Africa. Tomorrow's flight is... let me just check where we're going tomorrow. We're going from Madagascar to... Thank you to... Hang on. Cop365 for the follow. We're going from Madagascar tomorrow to... Mauritius. Oh, good. I'm not even going to pronounce that airport. We're going to Mauritius tomorrow. From Madagascar. It's 1,000 kilometers. How far was the last one? That was like a 2-hour flight. 1,500. Next leg, I'm trying to plan. Yeah, we're going to be doing just the one leg tomorrow. Madagascar to Mauritius, and then after that it's going to be Seychelles next Friday because I'm going to be changing the schedule a bit, just rejigging it a bit. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.